So I want to share with you today the single most important thing that you need to know for understanding what the Bible actually teaches. When we think about the world, there's two different types of philosophies that we can adopt. There is an Eastern philosophy and a Western philosophy. The Eastern philosophy comes from the Middle East, and the Western philosophy essentially comes from Europe. Now, when we approach the Bible as a Westerner, we really find it difficult to actually access the deeper meanings and layers in the text. Now, the way that we get around that is we actually try to understand the motivation of the Eastern way of thinking and how the Easterners would have interpreted and completely understood the text in the time. See, as Westerners, our worldview has allowed us to make dramatic leaps forwards in things like technology, medicine, and the information age. The Eastern perspective relies much more on the connection that we find between human beings and the meaning that is to be found in that. And so firstly, when we study the Bible, we must learn to think like an Easterner. See, Westerners think through things like dot points, outlines, summaries, a PowerPoint presentation, where Easterners think and express themselves through things like poetry, stories, drama, song. And so there is a deep disconnect between the way that we understand the world when we are Western versus the Easterner and when we read these ancient wisdom texts. For example, as a Westerner, we have all these ideas about eternal life, being that eternal life starts once this life is over. Then my eternal life starts. Whereas the Easterner, they read the words eternal life and they interpret that to mean the life that they can live now in harmony with God. Another example, Westerners, when we try to define God and understand our faith, we like to make a very nice and neat dot point or PowerPoint presentation about who exactly God is, what the nature of God is. Whereas the Easterner, they're more focused on actually understanding and defining the relationship that can exist between God and between humans. See, the Westerner understands truth as a set of logical, rational ideas to be explored, where the Easterner understands that truth lies in experience. And if you really want to truly understand something, you need to experience it. When Western truth is static, Eastern truth is dynamic and unfolding. So it's only through balancing the Eastern and the Western perspective that we are able to actually understand what the Bible can mean to us in 2023. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel.